Take Charge Parenting with the Kids Doctor is brought to you by Children's Health.
Many families will take to the backyard pool to keep cool in this Texas heat, but tragically more than 300 children drown each year in pool accidents. Here to make sure that your family stays safe this summer is Dr. Sue Hubbard, an award-winning pediatrician and medical editor of KidsDoctor.com, and Jesus Alderete, an injury prevention specialist for Children's Health. Thank you for being here.
Good morning.
With some great information, because I know you actually already have an update for us.
Yes. Unfortunately, so far we already had 10 drownings that we serve at Children's, and summer hasn't even begun yet, so that's telling us something already, right?
Okay, well, we're here to help prevent anything from this point forward. For all the parents that are watching, Dr. Sue, I know that you're very passionate about injury prevention each year, and children are rushed to the emergency room because of pool incidents.
It's really alarming, and there's some sobering statistics, Alana. We know that drowning is the #1 cause of accidental death in children between the ages of 1 and 4 years. And unfortunately, in 9 out of 10 drownings with kids over the age of 1, they were, quote, being supervised at the time.
Oh, wow.
So drowning is silent, and I think a lot of us think about kicking and splashing. It's very silent, and it happens very quickly.
Okay, and it happens often in our backyards, but why is it that our children are more at risk if they're not in their own backyard?
Unfortunately, it's new territory for kids that are visiting somebody else's backyard pool and not having an active supervision. That means a water watcher, somebody that's actively within arm reach, being able to watch over the kids as they're swimming and enjoying their summer.
You know, and that is very important. Something that you sometimes miss is, well, that discussion of who's going to be in charge of the kids that day.
Absolutely. Well, not only is the active supervision, but it also plays a big role having the right equipment. A Coast Guard approved life jacket, for one. It's definitely a must for even good swimmers. Everybody's at risk for drowning, and having the right piece of equipment can potentially save their lives.
I know you brought some props for us today also.
Yes, this is something that's very common and famous amongst parents. Unfortunately, these are a non-approved saving device. It says so in the label. This is not a life-saving device. Parents tend to overlook that. Floaties are very common and famous amongst parents just because they're cute and attractive, but they're not as safe as a Coast Guard approved life jacket, which is something like this. Even something like this, as effective as it looks, there's actually fine print in here. It says, warning, this is not a life-saving device. So even they look nice, parents should always be looking over the Coast Guard approved life jacket serial number and states U.S. Coast Guard approved life jacket. Okay,
so definitely get a hold of an approved life jacket, but often, as you mentioned before, the drownings are silent, and it's often because we're distracted. So what are some of the biggest distractions that parents face?
Unfortunately, with many distractions these days, cell phones being the #1. You know, actively parents at the pool, as they're thinking they're being supervising the kids, they're with their hands down, sending a text, checking into places, posting, taking pictures, and not actively looking at kids. Parents need to be better at putting their phones down.
Okay, we mentioned the supplies that we're going to need to ensure that we avoid a drowning if possible, but let's talk about around the pool and some good guidelines for just pool safety.
Sure. Aside from this, the active supervision, saving a child is as easy as having a pool noodle, something like this, inexpensive, easy to get a hold of. It's as easy as reaching out. We actually practice reach, throw, don't go, meaning that the person that's saving the person that's drowning, they need to reach, throw something, and then bring them into safety and not actively jumping in.
Okay, so reach, throw, don't go. And I love that it rhymes because it makes it easier for us to remember. So why do you suggest not going in, even if it's maybe a 4 feet area or somewhere that's shallow?
Well, that's because a drowning victim tends to be on panic mode, and it could easily drown the next person trying to save them. As you're fighting for your life, it's easy to overlook that person, drag him in, and pull him under the water. It only takes about an inch of water for somebody to drown. That's enough to cover your mouth and your nose and not be able to breathe properly. Okay,
Dr. Sue, let's talk about some general rules here for the pool area. Of course, we have our one more time.
Our noodle.
Pool noodle.
The rhyme.
Reach, throw, don't go.
That's it. And more information on that is on the screen right now. Reach, throw, do not go. And we have the pool safety and our life vest, but some other general rules.
You don't want to keep toys around the pool when the children aren't out there, especially things like tricycles and things that might go use and then fall into the pool. Obviously, no electrical things around the pool. And then again, those age-old things of no running no jumping, and no diving in the shallow end, which I think we've heard forever.
Oh yeah, definitely from mom and dad and all those lifeguards whistling and yelling
exactly.
at you. No rutting. And let's talk about some safety devices. Also, anything that we can purchase.
Besides a pool noodle, there's a round. Jesus,
it's called the ring buoy.
There you go.
The ring buoy is the one that you would probably see like at boats, especially for open water. It's something that has a rope tied to it. It can reach further for the drowning victim. They can actually be placed in the backyard pools as well. And shepherd's hook, which is literally a pole with a hook at the end to be able to drag the drowning person to safety.
To reach and not go.
Yes.
And you always want to have your pool fenced with at least a 4-foot pool. And you would like to have a pool alarm, too, that shows when there's been water displaced, and then a lock at the back door. We call it layers of protection.
All right, guys, let's take these layers of protection and prevention. All great information. Thank you for sharing it with all of our parents and everybody watching right now. For more, log on to children's.com for more on the pool safety, the injury prevention, and you can also follow Children's Health and the Kids Doctor on Twitter and on Facebook.
Just like you're always by your child's side, we're Children's Health, and we're by your side. Visit any of our 40 locations for exceptional pediatric care.